Lego people. This is Grace from Graceful Bricks. Today I'm going to be talking about some different art. So you've seen a lot of my out of my head sculptures. You've also probably seen me talking about minifigs. But today I'm going to be talking about some of the bigger art that I do and different art. I like to take Lego and sort of push the boundaries as to what people think it can do or what it actually can do. So today we're going to be looking at mosaics. Now, if you are at all familiar with Lego, mosaics doesn't sound that different. They've been around for several years. Lego came out with some sets in the last year or two. They have a Sith Lord one from Star Wars where you can make Darth Maul and Darth Sidious and Darth somebody else. They have the Harry Potter one now where you can make the different houses, whether it's Hufflesnuff, Gryffindor, Ravenbuh, or of course my house, Slytherin, the best house. And then they have Iron Man too. And so those are really great. If you check out my website and look at some of the art that I've created, I did a Darth Vader mosaic that was 3 by 3 of those large gray base plates. It was huge. It's really cool. And again, that's with my friend David from Brickworks Academy. He has it. He takes it to different shows and stuff. And it's just amazing. I was really happy to build that one. But these ones that I'm talking about are different. They're lenticular. At least that's what I hear they're called. To be honest, I don't think I've ever actually looked it up. Lenticular could mean something completely different. If it does, I'm sorry. But this is what I mean. Beautiful, right? Oh, it's upside down even. Oh, now you can sort of see it. Let's see what happens. Oh, there we go. One direction. And the other direction. Oh, what? I know, right? It says no in one direction, and it says yes in the other. Now, these are built using cheese slopes. These little itty-bitty guys. And just putting them at odds to each other. So I saw a YouTube video probably, I want to say about 6 years, maybe 7 years ago, where somebody did one with, I think it was Darth Vader and Han Solo or Luke Skywalker, I don't know. And one slowly turned into the other. No, it was Batman and the Joker. That was it. And it was amazing. It was huge, right? So I've been doing these, and I like doing them on larger scales and smaller scales. This one, actually, I built for a sexual health center where to help them talk about consent. And so it actually had 2 of these and then other lettering. And so you could swivel it so that it said yes means yes, no means no, but you could also swivel it so that no means yes and yes means no. And I wanted to do that so that it could show, they do a lot of sex education for teenagers and young children, especially 8 to 12-year-old boys. And I wanted them to be able to take it and show how what we say can sometimes have other meanings, and how we really need to be aware of that, and how it's not always as simple as somebody being able to say yes or no. So this is leftover from that. Then I have another one. These are 2 of the smaller ones, and I like them because people can actually pick them up at events. They can hold them, they can tilt them, and look at them themselves. I'm a big fan of hands-on Lego at shows. Lego is a tactile art form, and the idea that you can't touch it I understand for a lot of things, but for some things it drives me nuts. And I seek to make art that allows people to touch it. More on that in a future video for sure, because I have some tactile art where it's explicit that you have to touch it in order to understand the story or what's going on. It's not just a visual cue. And I'll explain more about that in a future video, so look forward to it. This one as well, this is another one that I built. So on one side it says pride, and on the other side it says fear. So I built this because I am a proud, out, trans, queer person. Got my, oh, there it is, my little trans tattoo there. And I built this because, we often think that LGBT people have it so good these days, right? I mean, it's way better. I wasn't put in an asylum and had the key thrown away when I came out as trans. I wasn't given any weird hormones against my will. I wasn't sterilized against my will either. But there's still a lot of fear. And so in Pride Month, we talk about all the pride parades and how, everybody celebrates at the pride parades. You have big corporations celebrating there, and it's really great. But there's another 51 weeks in a year. It's not all Pride Week. It's, how are people at school going to relate to me? What's my boss going to think? Is it safe to bring my partner to a work function? How about, can I hold my partner's hand in public? Can I get my partner recognized as my partner by the government, by the insurance company, by my parents? How's my family going to take these things? All these concerns that queer people, LGBTIQA people all have, and we're all very fearful. As well, then you get into the darker side of things, and you have queer bashing and trans bashing, which hate crimes against people, like the horrible mass shooting at the Pulse nightclub a few years ago. I have had a couple instances that were physically dangerous for me. I've been a victim of intimidation, verbal assault, and physical assault because of my sexual orientation, because I'm trans as well, which is different than sexual orientation. And so this one really hits home for me, and I always like sharing it with people. Now, the trick about these is that you need a lot of cheese slopes. So, to do all this white, I need a lot of white cheese slopes. That's why, I broke it up. It's gray and red and dark gray. And then, you got all the black here, right? So it's really tricky to do, actually, because you need a lot of pieces, and you need to be thinking in sort of a every other stud sort of way. And that's kind of confusing. But I actually have one more, and it's a larger piece. And I've been working on it, oh gosh, I probably worked on it for 6 or 7 months. Let me just show you it, okay? We're going to have to switch to the phone because my webcam doesn't go upstairs. And that's the only place I have to display it, because as you can see, my Lego room is kind of filled with Lego. So we're going to go upstairs and I'll show you it, and then maybe I'll bring it downstairs and we can keep talking some more. Okay. Okay, team, so we've come upstairs. My apologies. I really don't have anywhere else that I can display this, so we're using my bed. As you can see, it's 3 base plates wide, 3 big base plates, big gray ones. So let me show you what it says from one angle. From this angle, it says, hands up, don't shoot. And then, I'm going to slowly move to the other side here. I don't want to give any of you, motion sickness. And then the other side, it says, to serve and protect. So, I think you can obviously see what this one means to me. I started building this one after George Floyd was murdered by the police in Minnesota. It took me a long time to build because, like I said, I needed a ton of cheese slopes to be able to make it work. And I was working on it all through this summer during the protests. I was working on it when information about Breonna Taylor came out. I finally finished it this fall around Biden's election and win. And I'm very proud of this one. I'm a big ally for human and big supporter of human rights, and this one just means a lot to me. So, you just saw the hands up, don't shoot, and to serve and protect. Lenticular Mosaic. I worked on that one, I said, for a while. The images that I chose for it, I acknowledge can be a little controversial. But I think art should be controversial. I think that art should push people to think, should challenge people's assumptions, and should make people reconsider their beliefs by being shown new pieces of information. So I used a bullseye for the serve and protect. I don't think that one's very shocking. There's been a lot of unarmed black men and people of color who have been shot and killed. But as well, for police officers, they always show it in the movies, the police officers shooting at the gun range, right? Shooting that body thing and trying to get a bullseye, right, in the chest. And so that's part of the reason I did that. For the other side, I used the Black Power raised fist. I had considered doing two hands up, but I thought that was too passive. And if anything, we have seen how powerful and active Black Lives Matter protests have been. They are not passive. They are challenging the status quo, and it needs to be challenged. So I put the Black Power salute, but I also put a bit of blood, because it is black people's blood that is being spilled, and that's extremely unfortunate and wrong. You're more than welcome to disagree with me on this. I love discussion, but I don't engage with people who preach hate and who are just trolling or being controversial. So if that's all you want to do, please move on by, find another video. And for those of us who want to change the world and make it a better place, I hope you appreciate the art that I've created. So that's it for today. A couple different mosaics. I'm going to have some other art that I've built being shown in future videos. If you want to see other things that I've created, please check out my Instagram. Please check out my website. And if you enjoy your content, please like and subscribe. I'm a small channel. Every subscription that people make, it's free. Really makes a difference. So like and subscribe. And if you want to support me directly, you can send fan mail to the address in the video description, or you can support me on Patreon. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for listening. I love you. Have a great day. Hugs, and thank you.